All right. So started recording, right? There was some issue. Basically, I format my computer and I didn't fix the obvious recording. Basically, the sound was missing, right? So there is no sound. Okay. So I'm gonna just repeat it again. But what I will do, I will just go through some basic stuff quick, and then we straight go to the solving problem, right? So let's look at here. Sorry, guys. So we will just start from this snippet one question, right? But let's talk about the some basic stuff. So always, right? What I ask you guys to remember is what is data type or value, right? How you gonna create a value? How you gonna create a memory? So data type, first one is number, string, second string, boolean, array, and object, right? This object, okay? The only thing to remember in array is array is index. Start with 0 and 1, correct? 1. I mean, basically start from the 0, right? Index 0, 1, like that. If you have to get element out of array, how you do that? Uh, Let me type here array, right? Square bracket, maybe 0. You just pass the index, okay? But in object is key and value, right? Key value pair, value. So key is id and value is 1, right? 1. So how are we going to access the value from the object? So you call, let's console log. Okay, so let's not into console log here, right? There's no point. You just call the object dot id or object dot name. That is one way. The second is object square bracket, and then you pass the string id. Okay, so this will return, right? 1. That is id 1. Yeah, you get one value. Here also you get a name, that is John, right? John. Okay, and here you get 1. You see, that's how it works. And because what we do, we just console.log, right? Object, for example, let's call it id here. So that's why this is replaced with the value 1, right? And that is the one you're gonna see in the console. Okay, so that now we see how we're gonna create object and how you're gonna access the object, right? All right, let's continue. uh, so for example, here is a name, right? Name, let's call it something, right? Something, okay, whatever you can call it. This is a variable name, and it stored the name like this in a string. So how you going to use variable now? So how we going to use something that is a variable to access the value? So in that case, what we can do, right? You call the object like this, you pass the variable here, something, okay? So because something has the same name value which is inside our object here, so you are accessing the name same like this, same like let's say we have here one, we don't, right? Okay, but just imagine you have the name inside your square bracket as a string, so that will return the value John. Okay, we're gonna get here John, right? So this is the basic concept of object. I mean, there are many functionalities built inside the object, but let's solve our problems and try to understand. I think that will be much better. So here, the first snippet. What I will do, I will just quickly explain the snippet and then start solving from here. Okay, so let's look at this. If you copy, you just make a file snippet test1.js and then copy this, right? Or type it, create object. Try to, I mean, even you practice how to create object, right? Curly bracket. How you create object? How? You create a variable one. Let's call it obj, and then you have to start curly bracket, and then here you store the data in a key value pair. So the key, you can name it anything, right? Let's call this id, or this object is 1. You can put any key here, okay? Colon 1 comma, then another key will be name, right? I'm just typing with mouse. So here you can store the data called John. Okay, I mean, you see how we can create the object. Okay, very simple, right? Look at this one, curly bracket. This is the object stored in movie variable. It has title, year, genre, steering, right? Clear? Very simple. The value can be any type. Any type means anything from here: number, string, boolean, array, object, anything. So in this case, title is string, here is number, genre is ray, steering is ray, right? How you gonna access the, let's say, year? How you gonna access this 1999? So movie dot year, right? See, so it will return this value 1999. Now the next way to get access to the data is the function name or the object name square bracket some string here. So that string must be one of the property. So when you use square bracket, you must put in as a string. Okay, so movie.genre will give us this object, right? Or array. Okay, movie.genre. What is the value here? Ray. You get ray. So this will return ray. If we know that this will return ray, right? Ray square bracket 0 will be what? Ray square bracket 0. We're gonna get first item, and 1 will gonna give us second item. So okay, I will just copy this and I will show you right in the console. I can put in the console, it will work. Run this, enter, and you see all the answer right here. That returns 199 movie.year. So you have the object name movie, that is a variable, and you call the property dot year, right? So anytime when you need to access the value of the object, this is the first way, this is the second way, right? The movie.genre, look at here, that's the ray. Okay, an array square bracket 0 will give you the first item from this ray, and ray square bracket 1, because movie.genre is ray, right? Ray, and you pass the index, you get second item here, 1. If something is not in the object, then you're gonna get undefined. Okay, so movie square bracket steering, right? So I told you we have two different way to access the value, either in a square bracket with a string, and whatever data you get, right, if that is an array, square bracket again, some index will give the value. So you get Edward Norton right here, second one, okay. And the array dot length, movie dot string is what? Array dot length. You get two. Okay, that is all right for this one. So what about here now? Second one. So in second, you see restaurant is the object with all this property: name, location, owner, established, menu, right? Look at the value. That is array. This is string. This is string. That's the number. Here is the array. Now the new thing we are learning now, we're checking if something is inside this object. Something is inside this object. Owners in restaurant. It will give true. If something is there, it will return true. So in keyword will work as a boolean, right? I mean, it will just return boolean when you check inside the object, right? So owners in restaurant, owners is here. Where is that? Here, right? Yes, that is true. Employee in restaurant, no, right? There is no employee key. You have no employee here, see? So that is false. Good. Now look at some key is a variable with this value menu. If you call the variable here, right, what you get? Exact menu in restaurant. So we have menu in restaurant. Yes, that is true. So if you call restaurant dot menu, this is very important, right? You have to understand this, okay? Restaurant dot menu dot, when you apply dot, this must be inside the object key. The menu is there, yes. Even you can do menu in the square bracket, same value. So what I was saying is this part is very important, right? Very, very important to understand. Everything is here, how you should access the value from the object, correct? So the situation will be, right, sometimes you're going to have variable. That variable is the key. So in that case, how you will access the value is the same thing here. If you know this, and if you just compare between these two, right, what is the value here? Some key is a variable and it has a string menu, so you get menu here. So that's same, right? So that will return this array. That is all you have to remember. So when you do the loop in the object, you will get the key in form of variable, okay? So in that situation, we will access the value in this way. But if you do some the restaurant dot sum key, what I said, when you use a dot, right, dot notation, this name must be present inside the object. There is no sum key inside object, so it will return undefined. Very straightforward. That is the difference, right? You have to understand and remember. If you remember all this situation, you're gonna, you're not gonna have any issue accessing the data from the object. Okay. Now, restaurant that menu will be what? So let's say inside restaurant dot menu, I will get this value, that is array. So can I call this array dot includes price? So let's say array dot includes price. Oh yeah, that is there. So it will give us true. So we know includes functions return boolean, right? True or false. Now same thing here now. Dog is the object. It has these property and value. Name of the dog, age, breed, color, favorite food. Now let's experiment. Console log dog.age, you get 5. Dog.breed, you get fog here. Dog.favorite food, it will be bacon, that is Ray, right? Now dog.age plus plus. So when you call dog.age, right, you have 5 and you do the plus plus, okay? That means you increase 1 to the age here. Now dog.breed equal to, so see, until now we access the value. Now we try to update the value here. So you can increase the value of number. So dog.breed equal to, right? So dog.breed equal to this one. What is this now? What we're doing here? Dog.breed again. So we know this will give us the fog, string fog to uppercase. So this will be uppercase now added back here. So this breed will be uppercase. Dog.favorite food dot push. So you access dot favorite food. What is that? That is ray dot push sausage. Now you're gonna add sausage inside this ray. Now you're gonna console log dog.age. So this time, because age is increased by 1, you should get 6. Breed will give you the uppercase fog, right? And favorite food, dog.favorite food will give you the new ray updated with sausage. Okay. Now let property in dog, right? Let property in dog. So look at here. Let property. Let property is a variable in dog, right? Now what is this property? This is a for now, for, right? This is how you write loop inside the loop for object. Okay. So let property straight in object. Now this property variable, basically it will loop, right, until all this key, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 times it will loop automatically. You don't have to compare or do anything. You just create a variable let property and in which object, that is dog. Now console log property and is and then dog property. So remember this key is the property, right? Key is a property. So when you do dog square bracket variable, that let, this is a variable, correct? So dog square bracket variable, this variable holds, this variable has a value. So one time will be name, one time will be age, breed, color, favorite food. See, these are the value for that property, right? So you will see. Let's run this code and then we'll just run in the console. Okay. So I will clean this up and enter, right? So look at here. The only thing I'm concerned, I mean, these are all you know already. See, when you console log age, right, you get 6 this time, capital POG, and then the new ray with bacon and sausage. Now look at here, let property in dog, console log property. So name is Manny, age is 6, breed is POG. How you get all this, right? Because console log property is all this property here. One time will be name, next loop will be age, next time will be breed, next time will be color, next time will be favorite food. So that's how it works. See, the favorite food is a property, favorite food is bacon sausage. So you know how to loop now. Just create a loop for the object. How is that? By using for and then the parenthesis with let variable name in dog. This property can be anything. This is just variable name which holds this key when you start looking at it. I hope that is clear enough. So now for here, again, recipe is the object, same revision, right? This will give you name of the recipe, same thing, name of the recipe, recipe dot ingredients, right? So that is array dot length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So length, array dot length will be 5. Recipe dot calories, right? So recipe dot calories is not here, that will be undefined. So some variable equal to difficulty. We just added the string difficulty, right? So this one is just a recap of everything we have done on the above, right? So just write the code and see, all this makes sense, right? Recipe dot some variables, that will give you undefined, because when you put dot some variable, that means some variable must present as a key inside the object. It's not there, so that is undefined. But this will be easy, right? Because some variable is, some variable has value difficulty. So here is exactly you getting difficulty. So recipe square bracket string difficulty, and it will return easy, right? Easy. Okay, and then that is a loop here. So this loop now, right? This loop is what? You looping recipe dot ingredients. You looping to this array. So here, look at that. What we have done before with the array, right? So now you can easily console log these items from the array. This is array square bracket index. So 0 will give you this, 1 will give you this, 2 will give you this, 3 will give you flour, and 4 will give you sugar. And when I become 5, the loop will stop. Good, very nice. Okay, so I think this is clear, right? You just have to write the code and try to understand. If any doubt, please let me know. So from here onward, I will start the code, right? I will write the code. So I will read the question. I think I did something wrong. Is the first one? Oh, here is the first one. So did I email parser, right? Yeah. So this is the one. So what is saying, right? Create a function email parser that accepts an email address string as an argument. So in your function, you're gonna pass the email address as a value, or we call argument, right? Because when you pass the data to the email to the function call, because we are calling the function here, right, to execute and do some work. Okay, so this function will execute and it will return something like this object, right? So this object gonna have the property username and domain. The username will be something before at the rate, and the domain will be something after at the rate. See, so you have to break it down this string and create the result, the object which looks something like. So we assume that the argument will be a valid email, right? So this is telling us that this argument will be the valid email address. At least there will be at the rate and something.com, right? Clear? So let's create this. So we will use our skill, right? what we have learned before, the functions what we have learned before to solve this also. And plus we add the object, right? So const email parser equal to, so let me not talk too much, right? I think I'll just solve it and then explain it. Okay, so I believe this will work. So we just write a function email parser that will be same as this name. Okay, full coder, right? This is our data, that is string. That string has something called at the rate. So first I will convert this string into array at the point at the rate, right? String dot split at the rate. Okay, so now this become array like this. There will be array, right? And it's gonna have the first one. Let's look at this. This will be the first string, because we don't after splitting, okay, what it will do, right? And then you're gonna have the second one that will be good mail, right? Goodmail.com. Okay, see, that's what we get because we are splitting at the rate. Before we split in the space, right, on the long string, but this time we just split at any, I mean, any position you can split. Okay, even you can split at 4 or 2 or g, whatever, right? You just have to pass it like this. So we have this array. I got the data now, right? I just need to construct the object. So I just return the object with username colon, right? And the value, first one, full coder 42. So array 0 will give me the first value, and comma domain array 1 second value. So let's run this code. I think that is clear enough. And what you get is something like this. All right, let's continue, right? So we solved the first, we just completed the first problem, right? So where we are, okay guys, let's see, keep here now. So I will start the second one. I mean, if you look at here, right, the first one, I think I didn't explain this part. You can see the answer, domain and our username, right? So something wrong with the username. We can, that is minor spelling mistake. So user, right? Username. Okay, that's fine. And I will run again and that update. Okay, so that's done. Key pair. So let's try to understand, right? If cat1 is an object, what is saying? Write a function key pair object one, object two. So you have object one, object two, and key. Look at this is a function definition, right? When you define a function, it should look something like this. Object one, object two, and key, correct? So if I have to define function, let key pair, right, equal to function like that, but I have to delete the key pair from here. I don't need. Good. So object one is what? Cat one, because that is what you pass to your function call. Cat one, cat two is object two, and breed is the key. That's the key variable. So these are the property, right? You can call it variable of the function, but the right name is parameter or property, right? Call property or parameter. Okay, let's call the parameter. When we say parameter, that means when you're defining the function and the name you give here inside the parenthesis parameter. Okay, so look at this key, right? That key is a variable. This key is in form of variable. It is getting the value some string, right? Calico or red tabby or breed or name like that, right? So this variable is inside the object here, right? So if that is a calico, okay, let's see, right? Not that one, but here, sorry guys, this breed. So if this key is a breed, we have to find out, right, from object one, object two, if there is something called breed key, right? So we know how to get the value from here for the breed. How are you going to get? Cat one is square bracket variable, right? When you have variable, when you have the string stored in the variable, then you must use object, right? Object square bracket variable, like that, to get the value. Okay, so let's see how we can solve this. So our answer will be ray, right? Ray with that value. So I must create let, I mean, so there is only two object, right? Two object only, and there will be in the object there will be key only one time. Okay, each object has one key, so you can directly return, or you can do maybe let result, right? Result array equal to empty array. Then you can just push it, result array dot push. What you gonna push? Object one square bracket key. So object one is a cat one. So cat one square bracket key. So my key right now is breed. So I'm gonna get this Hello key first time, right? And even I can do here same time, and I can just push same time, right? So object two in the same value you can push it is okay, or you can write in a different line. That is still fine, right? Key again, and once you push, you just return the result array, right? Very simple. That is one way. Other way is straight, you can return the array and then call that two things inside in one line, that you can do that also. So let's see. So you get that answer, right? True false, true false. Okay, so things work. What I was saying, right? Because from these two objects we have to create a array. I mean, you store here, then you push, and then you return, right? You can even do in one line also, right? How? Just return the array like that, and inside obj1 square bracket key, comma obj square bracket obj2 square bracket key, and you done. Same thing, same thing, right? You can expand in different line or you can put it in one line. Clean code. Okay. So here elements quantities there, right? Okay, so J element quantity JS has spelling mistake. Man, my mouse is not working properly. All right. So I will copy this, paste here. So quantities one is a object with a value cat, bird, dog, not value, but that is a key, right? Key is cat, bird, dog, and there is a value number 312. If you call this element quantities function with passing that value or that object, your results will be the new array like this. So there is cat 3 times. The property times value, right? So this is cat 3 times, bird 1 time, dog 2 times. How are you going to solve? How are you going to create something like this from that object? I hope you understand the question, right? That is what we have. So once you read through here, that's exactly same thing explaining, right? So const element quantity is equal to function takes one object, right? Because we just passed one object. Now my answer, or I will call it array, right? That is my result. Okay, the thing is, right, I don't know how big or how many properties are there inside my array, sorry, inside my object. How many, I have no idea. So what I will do, right, I will loop through that. For let property, right, or I can call it key in what object. Simple enough, good enough. If I console a key, what I will get? Can you guess what I can get? I will get this cat, bird, dog. My key is cat, bird, dog. Let's run this code, guys. Look at here. I get the key cat, bird, dog function undefined because function I have not written anything. Blue, brown. You got it right. So I have the key now, that is cat, dog. So let's get the value, right? Let's get this value of the object. Okay. So let val equal to object square bracket variable. What is variable? That is the key. Now imagine right now I'm getting value for cat. The val is 3. Here I have 3, correct? Just imagine, just take one example, right, and proceed, try to solve that one. Okay. First, just take the first value, and because this is a loop, it will repeat the process. You know that. So in this case, my key is this cat, and val is this, right? So I have the 3. What should I do now? I will do the for loop. Let I equal to 1. I is less than equal to val I plus plus. So this loop will run 3 times because val is 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3 equal to 3. Yes, it will run. When 1 become I become 4, it will stop. I'm taking first example, right? Right. And because this val will be keep changing when the loop returns, this will do the job according to that val. also, right? Okay, so now the loop is okay, right? So I just have to call my array dot push. Loop is running, so just push the key. And once this for loop is done, I will go back here and then return what? Return the array, right? Because all my stored values here now. So always remember, this loop will run how many times? Cat, dog, cat, bird, dog. This 3 times it will run. Let's work for cat. I will get the cat value, that is 3. This will give me 3. I'm going to loop right now 3 times. Every time I will push the cat key, that is key is a cat, to the array. Same thing it will do for bird, and same thing it will do for the dog. Once my this loop is complete, my cursor will go here and return my data, that is array with full of string inside, right? So let's look at the answer now. Can you see that? Okay, so this will be the max object value JS, right? Write a function max object value that accepts an object as an argument. Okay, return an array containing key value pair for the largest value within the, what is saying, guys? That returns an array containing array. So we have to return the array containing the key and value pair for the largest value within the object. You can assume that all the values are numbers, and there are no ties, right? Okay. So this max object value function will return the one array like this. What is the information inside? So let's say which key, right? I mean, which value is the largest one? So 7. So we must return that one to our answer. Okay. So how are we gonna solve? Okay, I believe, so let's see. I mean, we can just compare, right? Just compare the number. We have done this also before. How are you gonna compare very easily? Okay, let's continue. Just write the function here. Const max object value equal to function. So object, we pass object, right? So first thing, like what I'm thinking, right? create I will create, let's say, two variable. I'm going to store one key and the other one I will store the value. So let's do that. Let k equal to key, right? Key is a string, because this is a b c like that, right? String. And let v, that is value, equal to, I will store for 0 for now. Okay, 0, right? Just imagine that's the 0. Now I need to go through each of the key and value. How I can do that? For let key or property in our obj, this object, right? That's what you have passed. Okay, and now I will check if this v is less than, right? What if this v is less than, I can call it maybe value, right? So this v is less than value, whatever value here. If you look at this value, right? So how are you going to get the value? Basically object and square bracket key, because A is here right now. This is the A, right? Just imagine for first item, this is A is a key, and then object is square bracket key. You can do that, something like this, your key is right now A, correct? And that is stored as a variable. So to access the value, you call your object square bracket key. When you have variable, when the key is in form of variable, you must put square bracket key, right? You must use in this form, okay? And that will return 5. So here is 5. So v is less than 5. That is true, right? So what I will do now in that situation, I will say v equal to that 5. Okay. The same time, I will also change k key, right, equal to key. I'll just store this key same time here also. This loop will be keep running, and finally, right, what I will have remaining is the largest one. I mean, this loop will run, right? Here will be only the largest one remaining at the end. Okay, so that is what I'm going to return in the form of array. So I will have key and v. So let's see if that works. It will work, right? You can see that. Okay, so the plan was to complete the whole object today, but because the study video was without sound and I have to restart again. And okay, let's do few more minutes, maybe 13-15 minutes more, right? 20, around 20 minutes. So we'll just, and then we'll leave it and complete the remaining part maybe next time, or I'll record tomorrow and just add the video so that you guys can practice on the week. So let's continue the next part. What is the next one now? We're done with the first part, right? So let's go to the B exercise. Keep practicing, okay? More practice on JavaScript object, right? Just keep practicing. Hopefully you are practicing every day. Consistency, right, beats intensity given a long enough timeline. If you want to become a proficient quickly, then practice intensely and consistently. That is what I always say, right? Just practice, practice, practice. You have to try it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and then you're gonna feel comfortable. Okay, let's copy this. First, I'll copy that name. So object, I will go to the B. So I have this string passed to the function. Now I need to create an object with every character as a key and how many same characters are inside, right, as a value. So if there is only one, the value will be 1. E is twice, so it is 2. So that's how you're gonna construct the object from this string. Okay, let's do that. Const character count equal to function, and I have a string. So to access each string, what should I do now, right? For loop index 0, but I will return, let's call it my object, right? So let's call it new object or answer object, whatever, equal obj, right? Obj j equal to empty object, because that will be my, like I have storage, right? Or let's call it blank object. Later I'm going to add some data there. For loop, because I need to each character from the string. So let I equal to 0, I is less than string dot length I plus plus. Good. Now let character equal to string I. What I will get? For index 0, I will get E. Okay. So this character is E, right? Right now E for 0 index. Clear? Now what I need to do with this E, because my goal is to put this E inside here. So I will do something like this, right? If this new object, first I will check if this E is already here or not, right? Like this. If there is E or not. Because if already there, then I just need to increase the count. But if not there, then I have to add it, right? With the value 1. That is the point here. So if this object dot has, now this is the new function, has own property. All right. This function will check if something is the key or not, right? The property or not. So what I can check? The character. If this is true, then I will increase the value. So you remember how to increase, right? So new object, square bracket, character, uh, equal to, I mean, you can just do it plus equal, right? Plus equal to 1. So that means the value for that new, let's say if there is something E already, colon 1, that means you just read that E and increase the value by 1. What I have done, right? You can write it like this. You can expand, right? You can do that. You can write shorthand or maybe new object, square bracket, character. So that will return, this will give us 1 because it has a 1, right? 1 plus 1. Okay, you can do that. So you can write that or plus equal to 1, whatever easy for you, you can do that. Else, let's say if it's not there, this E is not there, right? In that situation, the else will run and we just add new object dot character equal to 1. So the point now, right? Okay, so because new object, we are creating the, okay, let's not do that, right? Let's keep it same thing. Okay, let's try. Okay, even I get confused. Fine, that will work. So after we're gonna return, so even I forget in the long time, a new object, right? New, this will be easy. So let's run it and see what happens. Okay, we'll take test both, right? So see, this work, correct? This work, right? If I will do dot character, right? What gonna happen? Because this character is the E. Let's run this. Look at here now, right? That did not work. Character, it just added this as a property, right? The character is added as a property because we need to get the variable value, right? Variable value, and to get a variable value, you must use square bracket. So you see the difference now, right? If you just use this character, dot character, then it will just create the object with that character, char and done, right? It's not correct. So when you have something in a variable, stored in a variable, must use square bracket and that variable name, and our problem is solved. Okay, so that's clear enough. If you make the connection, right, you just understand that how things, how the data is working. Okay, I mean, this is easy, right? This is just the object. You used to create a new object, empty object, done. You know how to write for loop, right? You know how to get the item for the this from the loop. Once you have this index 0, you can call this string, passing that index, you will get the character stored in the character, right? So index 0 you get first, index 1 you get second, like that. Now this character you will check if present inside this object or not. For that you're going to use this function. This is the first time, so has own property is used for verify if something, the key is present inside the object or not. It will check. So if it present, then it will return true, else it will return false. So this basically give you true or false. So now let's say if this is false, it will go to the else and add that character as a key with value 1. So that's how you assign the key value in your object. So it will create e equal to 1 in the beginning, because there is no e in the beginning, right? But next time that e will be inside this new object, so it will return true. So what happened, it will just add 1 to that value 1, and it saves. So look at here, this is the same thing, equal to 2, it will just store 2 now, because it not, see, you can only create one property in the object, right? Unique one property, that's it. E will be only one time, you cannot make 2 3 times e there, that not allowed, right? Because that's how you identify the unique items from your object. And else, I mean, we're done, right? Finally, when the loop is finished, you return that object, and that's what you get. Okay guys, so that is good enough. Okay, let's keep it up to here, right? And then next video tomorrow I'll record the remaining. You guys can work on the weekend.